there was some danger at one point of him making a fine save, but it's all built up to the main event. That flick is nowhere near as simple as he makes it look. Now, to be honest, we didn't know where to put this next clip, but like Dennis himself, we just couldn't let it lie.
And a United player down injured, and Steve James and Fitzpatrick and Law. There's a fight, in fact, between the United players on the field, angry with each other, and Dennis Law in the middle of it. David Sadler as well, angry, obviously, with Mallory, who is acting very wisely and sensibly as a peacemaker. But obviously Law, full of anger and anguish that this 2-goal lead should have been lost. And there, at the end, exactly as it should finish. Well, he was furious with Fitzpatrick for not doing his job at the back. But that really was the heat of the moment, and that was Dennis Law.
Getting away from Woodward, giving it to O'Neill. O'Neill finding Payne. Payne a nice dummy. Now gives it to O'Brien. Towards Davis, and on the goal, he's done it, Davis has done it this time. McAllister got it between his legs, but couldn't hold it.
No, he couldn't hold it, but he does try to stop it with 3 separate parts of his body. First it goes left leg, right leg, then in off the cheeks. Whatever happens next can't be as bad as his choice of shirt. Although, that said, well, it's all very well putting your hands on your hips and pouting, but if he had taken it first time instead of flinching like a Mary Ann, he wouldn't have forced his goalkeeper into this mighty leap.
High towards McCoist. Sonor put under a bit of pressure there, but McCoist again got in well. Nicol playing it in early, and Johnston has done it again.
Johnston has done it again? I think Brian's stealing the glory here from France's famous bats. Notable for making the most acrobatic saves, here he gropes like a man feeling for a piece of liver in a vat full of motor oil. Now back into Europe, where they've so much to teach us. Yeah, well, if that's true, then Jim Stannard is teacher's pet. This game actually took place in Albania, where for this one error, they gave the man life imprisonment. No, worse, they sold him to Fulham. He must have had a bad lawyer. Oh, now quick, call everyone into the room, ring up the neighbours. This one's unforgettable. Look at the bench. It's wonderful here how once in possession, his mind goes a total blank, while his defender tries to remind him, just boot it, just boot it, just boot it, just boot it!
Heath trying to let that one run, he's not catching out. Robson's ball forward, keeper came a long way. Hendry surely, 1-0, and the Borough are off and running, and it was Robson at the heart of it, and Hendry on the end of it, and the Holgate end is jumping.
Why is this commentator choosing to ignore what actually happened? Robson's at the heart of it? If Robson's the heart, what part of the body are these two blokes? And on the very same day, just a few hundred miles to the south, a very similar exercise that makes you wonder why goalkeepers bother wearing boots at all. In fact, you may argue, why do any of Southend's team bother? The whole shenanigans begin with a kamikaze back pass, and then goalkeeper Paul Sampson realises the hopelessness and watch him roll around looking for that foul. And the hits just keep on coming. Oh! How upset is he? That's how upset he is. And so is the kid in green behind the goal. Freshly relegated Oldham have learned from their mistakes. They've learned them and they can repeat them upon request. Just 12 months previously, they were causing all sorts of problems for the best in the land, and they came close to killing off Man United. This match is at Port Vale. That's why they call it the Drop. While we're talking big guns, Rochdale v Chesterfield. A key fixture, apparently here being played at some secret jungle hideaway. Nice to see Kenny Sansom refereeing. As we watch just how difficult this keeper makes it for the forward, we have to ask, what on earth is going on here, groundsman? Is this a floodlight or a lookout post in case the Indians attack? Why are Coca-Cola advertising here? Where is Lord Justice Taylor when you really need him? How very different from modern Wickham. A modest club only in the league a couple of months, but already they've learned how the big boys do it. You'll notice that long before the actual shot, this keeper's legs are just asking for it. It's Lincoln v Torquay, everyone! And watch, behind the goal, they're all wearing those shirts. Actually, I'm saddened to see there's building work taking place here. Pretty soon, football grounds containing big, view-obstructing concrete posts, there's a good example, will soon be a thing of the past. Now it's Rotherham v Bournemouth. See a defender shot out of a cannon. And how reassuring, he's the captain. Where's a view-obstructing concrete post when you need one? You know, the polite view is that there's an awful lot of good stuff played in the bowels of the Football League. But comfortingly for traditionalists, there's also a tremendous amount of reliable old crap. And here we go. It's Scunthorpe v Northampton. Curiously, some seats still available. Yeah, okay, mind out the way. What do you suppose Henry Africa's of Scunthorpe actually is? In it goes, the youth in grey points the way. Quick enough to give us the bends, we're back in the Premier League, bang up to date, and John Lukic is in awfully familiar form. In fact, the remarkably similar Lukic blunder we saw earlier in the tape was in fact recorded a full 14 seasons previous to this, which of course proves that styles may come and styles may go, but football itself remains the same. And I don't know about you, but that makes me feel just wonderful. Then again, some things, some players are simply unique. Here comes the most ingenious goal there never was from the greatest player there ever was. A moment of free-thinking, bona fide football genius denied because of a befuddled, confused and panicking official. Who'd be a footballer, eh? Who'd be a football supporter? For me, and for the history of football, this constitutes the biggest gaffe in the archive. It's little wonder, is it, that after a while, George Best gave up bothering at all. And that's virtually it. Didn't we promise you some fun? Don't you just want to wind it back to the beginning and start again? That's what we're going to do around here. Own goals, gaffs, you can't whack 'em. Hilarious, hysterical, always, like this one. Ha, ha, ha.
The stage is set for England's last and decisive match in this World Cup qualifying group. England in red, San Marino in blue. England needing to win by a 7-goal margin and hope that Poland can do them a favour in Poznan against Holland. I'm sure you're aware now of what's at stake. And Bachoki, number 9, picks the ball up straight away, and San Marino launched the first attack. Oh, and a mistake by Stuart Pearce, and San Marino have scored. I don't believe this. Galtieri, extraordinary start. San Marino have scored in the first few seconds. Galtieri, the little number 11. Stuart Pearce tried to pass the ball back to David Seaman, and goodness me, Trevor Brooking, what can you say?
I know what I said. I know exactly what I said. I remember it word for word. There were 6 seconds gone and I said, "Oh,